Hi guys, thank you so much for staying tuned to my channel. And if you're just joining us for the first time, I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining and staying tuned to this channel. I want to encourage that you stay tuned and listen to every bit of the things that we're going to be sharing today, because it has the capacity to actually make a difference for you. So today's video, I'm going to be going through something that I feel that is a bit personal to me, and I'd just like to share to encourage someone in their journey to becoming a salesperson or going into sales as a profession. So today I'm going to be sharing something about how I was able to step into sales, some of the things that I faced and some of the ways that I was actually thinking that was almost going to hinder me from taking up the sales role. So one of the things that I realized is that a lot of people do not go into sales because they sort of have like a mindset around what a salesperson does or who a salesperson is. And some of these influences can be because of several things that go on out there in our community or around the world. So one of the things that I realized personally that wanted to hinder me from going into sales was because at the initial time, I just always felt that the sales environment was a very intense one because of the targets that salespeople usually have. So because of the salespeople that I knew, and I knew how much they had to do if they didn't meet up with their target, and sometimes I felt like the pressure was too much and I didn't want to go into something that was going to be filled with pressure. So that was one of the resistance that I initially had. The second thing that I was also facing was the fact that there was the fear of rejection. So a lot of times I just always think about how people always treated salespeople when they come to them. When a salesperson wants to come and sell to you, you know how we usually respond. Most people usually want to say, no, I'm not interested, or no, I don't think we want to buy your product yet. So I felt like it was a kind of profession that had lots of rejection, and I didn't want to experience that kind of a thing. So that was one of the other reasons why I was considering not going into a sales role. The other thing was also about the social stigma, that there's a perception that people out there have about people who go into sales. We always felt that there were people who were just going around pestering people, trying to get people to buy a product, and it felt like a stain, and I didn't want to be associated with that kind of a thing. So that was the other reason why I felt that going into a sales role was something that I was not going to do. The other reason is that I felt that the sales job is kind of unpredictable. So what do I mean by this? There are situations where you hear about, companies sacking people because they did not meet target. And I didn't want a kind of job that would make me to be living in that kind of a state where my job is not secured, where I'm thinking about, if I don't meet target, can I be sacked? Those were the things that were running through my mind, and I didn't want to go in for the sales job. But here is the catch. Every job in itself has its own risk. And there are people who are actually succeeding in every kind of job that you see out there. So one of the things that came to my mind is the fact that if I'm going to go into this thing, why don't I develop a different mentality that I can do it and I can do it well? And here are some of the things that I was able to think through that helped me to be able to go into the sales job. If you're liking the sound of this and you're here to subscribe to our channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and share with as many people that you know that this can benefit. So I'm going to be stating some of the things that actually got me going into the sales role. And I believe that this will actually help you to also get up and go into that job that you've been offered, or the job that you're actually thinking about doing if you are not doing it. Or some of us that are already doing it and we're still having double minds about it. These are some of the things that can actually help you to actually have a different mindset. The first thing that helped me is that I saw the sales job as a kind of job that if I'm able to succeed in, even if I'm going to be starting my own business, the skill that I was going to develop in that role is something that will be relevant to me when I start my business. And that's the truth. Every business needs to sell. So once you're able to develop a sales skill, it's a skill that goes with you for life, and you can use it anywhere you find yourself. Especially if you are thinking about starting your own business. This is a skill that you're going to need as well. So I thought about it in that light, and I felt that if I'm able to develop this skill, then this is going to be very useful for me everywhere I find myself. The second thing that actually also encouraged me was the fact that I was able to see lots of other people that were succeeding in the sales job. And I thought to myself, if these people can succeed in this role, it means that I can also succeed in it. So I said to myself that if these people are not failing, it means that I will also fail. The truth about the matter is that it's better for you to deal with the fear of failure once and move ahead in life. Whatever it's your fear, if you don't face it, it has the capacity to come back at you. So it's always good to always face that fear and ensure that what you surmount it. And that was the encouragement that I had, to face whatever fear that I had and to go for it. The third thing that also encouraged me was the fact that I saw that in the sales job, you have the capacity to actually earn more than you are actually being paid. Because of the incentive structure and the bonus and the commission structure, you can actually earn a lot more money than the average person who does the actual job. This was also an encouragement, and a lot of sales jobs, there are other bonuses like car incentives, so you could always get a car that you might not use your money to buy. These were things that you might not get in a lot of other roles, except maybe you're in the managerial position. But in the sales job, these are things that will come to you easily. And these were also encouragements to me. So I'm encouraging you to say that if you're actually thinking about it, with a sales job, you have the capacity to make extra monies by meeting your target. You have the capacity to get a car allowance, for some companies who give car allowances to people. These are some of the bonuses that you can benefit when you go into a sales job. The fourth thing that also encouraged me to step into a sales job was the opportunity to network. I, as a person, I love to meet people. And I saw the sales profession as that kind of profession that offers you that flexibility, because you're going to be meeting people every time that you have to sell to them. And the opportunity that this gives you is that you don't know who you might need for your next level. So everybody that I met in my sales journey were people that I saw as a potential, for the future. And that's the truth. Everyone that you meet can actually be potentials for you to leverage on in the future. And it also gives you the opportunity to actually work with diverse people in diverse environments. It means that you're not going to be doing the same thing every time. You're going to be meeting different people at different and having different conversations. And these were things that interested me as well. Now, the last thing that encouraged me to step into a sales role was the fact that I felt that every company needed a salesperson. And so as a salesperson, you play an important role in the running of an organization, because you're the one at the forefront ensuring that the company generates revenue, and that the revenue is what helps the company to stay afloat. So no matter any company you find out there, any manufacturing company, any company that is into tech, any company into commerce, any company into trading, you need to sell the products that you're manufacturing. And the salesperson is a person that helps you to be able to leverage that opportunity. So it means that as a salesperson, you are very important in an organization, because without you, the company is not going to be able to generate revenue, and they won't be able to pay their staff and run their operations. So these were some of the thoughts that actually helped me to be able to step into the sales role and take the bull by the horn. And I believe likewise yourself, if you are thinking about it, these are some of the things that you can actually think about that will help you to be able to go by. And mind you, like I said, every business has its own risk and challenges. There are lots of people that are succeeding in the sales industry. And I believe that if you also go into it, you can also succeed as well. I believe that the thing that I've shared with you today would be really helpful to you to be able to take that next step. If you have any comment that you'd like to share with us, kindly drop it in the comment section. And if you also like to share with us how you were able to step out and go into that sales profession, kindly also share in the comment section. You can reach out to us for one-on-one coaching section or a group training section by reaching out to us via some of our details in the description below. Thank you so much for staying tuned to today's video. See you next time.